back, well, I'm not one to backpedal too much, but this time I have to backpedal because it could be dangerous. What we're dealing here with is a lithium-ion battery. I know I talked about that these circuits here are way too complicated, and well, it just goes to show you when you flap your gums a little bit too much, you gotta backpedal. I've come to find that these lithium-ion batteries, okay, they're dangerous. Take a look at this. That's why there was a plane that came down on account of them. Well, that I remember. I don't know if that's the case. But I've read up, there's electric cars that burnt recharging, and these little it's like a two-wheel, one on each side, and you hop on that and you can throw it around. But one of those particularly burnt on the spot charging. These e-bikes, quite a few of them caught fire. Well, I guess the battery burns, but don't be on it when that battery starts to flare up, eh? Because you're going to get burnt. Even on account of rechargeable phones and stuff like that, and you know, these clickers for the TV there, if they're rechargeable, well, anything that's got the lithium-ion battery in it, well, the batteries are, if they don't charge in a particular way, okay, we'll get into that, in a particular way, the battery can heat up, it can start to deteriorate inside, and it starts to blow up, and then there's gases involved, and then it explodes. And another thing too that I found out, don't ever think you're going to put water on this and it's going to turn it off. It accelerates the problem. So it's not. So by me saying that the better chargers are the ones that have nothing in the battery and everything in the charger, they put all this in the batteries, the circuitry. It's to prevent, it's to specifically give a rate of charge to the batteries. These batteries are not like every other, the lead acid and the NiCad, just a normal batteries. Hang on, do you permit me to sit down? These batteries are not like all the other batteries. These are more of what some people call them accumulators. Once they get to a certain, and I'm telling you this because it's more or less for, this is what this video is going to be about. It's more about information than I'm not going to show you nothing. I have something else coming, but anyways, you'll find out eventually. We're not finished with these batteries yet, eh? I'm on a quest to find out what makes these batteries stop charging, and but by trying to find out, I found out that there's a reason for this circuit in there, is these will self-destruct. There's more power in these batteries, well, that I've read, than there is in TNT, dynamite. These really Well, you can go on the net there and search it, lithium-ion explosion, battery explosion, and stuff like that. And you'll find that these aren't for the faint of heart, and you got to respect them. You have to charge them in a certain way. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you. First of all, okay. Look, I got a few sheets with me. One of them is a copy from something I got on the computer. See these batteries? They have a number. I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna read you, but I better put my glasses on because I won't be reading nothing. Okay. INR. Okay, that I don't know that means too much. Specifically, that's on the battery. Okay, 18650, and then there's a slash 20R. So this battery is a Samsung 18650 20R. So you go on the internet and you do a search, and specifically, well, okay, hang on, I just seen something. We better when we search for this put INR 18650 20R, okay? Because I just seen, and you get a fact sheet for the battery that's in that's used. Now, we may not be talking necessarily about just a battery for a drill. It may be for an e-bike. It may be for a flashlight. They don't call them flashlight anymore. They have fancy words now. Okay. Now we're gonna get into. Well, I don't know if I should show you this or that first. Well, we'll get back to this. Okay. This is a little, by reading this and different, I've surmised that, hang on, I'm gonna try and show you this, a sheet here. I don't know that I can get a good enough shot on this. Hang on. Can you see that? Okay. What can I use here? I use this for a pointer. A pointer. Okay. This is how lithium-ion battery charges. Okay. And the lowest, like a total or what the battery packs recognize as a discharge battery, like when we're talking one cell here, is 3 volts. Okay, and the maximum power that we can put in there in the battery, well, these Samsung batteries anyways, and that's in the spec sheet, data sheet, 125 milliamps. So there's a maximum that you can put in it, and your lower voltage that you'll read on one cell will be 3 plus or minus discharge volt. Okay, so when you start to charge it, it'll start to ramp up until this is time. Okay, so your battery, your charger will be charging at 1.5 amps. That's stipulated in here. Okay, like if we're going this way, this is we'll say minutes. Okay, as we're going this way. So as your voltage is going up, you're sticking at 1.5 amp. That's your maximum amperage. That's a maximum amount that you can put in the battery safely without heating it. And when you reach optimum voltage, okay, which is right here, you'll be at 4.2 volts. That's the maximum voltage that you can put in one of those safely. If you exceed that, okay, now that's I'm just saying that, like what we were doing, we're taking a battery charger, a 12 volt battery charger, and hooking it up to the batteries. I could have blew that battery up, because that's battery charger 16, 17, 18 volts. So 4.2 volts is your maximum voltage that you want to put on the battery for the duration of time. And once you get to the optimum voltage, you've maxed out the amperage, and then it holds at 4.2. Yeah, I call them stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1, you're ramping up your voltage. You're building up your voltage in your battery. You're always at 1.5 amp. But once you've achieved your top voltage, then you start to ramp down on your I was going to say juice, power that you put in it. So, and the lowest you'll get is 125 milliamp. That's when you're down to 125 milliamp, you've achieved, and you'll be around 4.2, depending on the not the quality, but the life expectancy, the wear and tear on the battery. If this is a new battery, you'll be able to pump 4.2 volts in it, ideally at 125 milliamp. Then you're full charge right here. So that's how these lithium-ion batteries. Put too much voltage in it, you heat up. Put more than one, well, this specific battery, put more than 1.5 amps in it, it's going to heat up. And heat up, it flares up. Okay. Okay, another thing too, yeah, I see that here, discharge rate. You can only discharge so fast too, eh? Like the voltage that you discharge these. Okay, see, nominal voltage, 3.6 volts. Nominal voltage is your bottom end voltage, eh? And I remember seeing, well, let's check it. Oh, hang on. Let's check it. Nominal voltage. We're gonna, I don't know if this is gonna work out, but we'll see what our nominal voltage is here. Can you see the meter? Yeah, almost not, eh? There. Okay. There. I hope it shows up. Sometimes doesn't do too much of a good job. 3.5. See? 3.5, and my nominal voltage is 3.6. So this cell, well, all these 4 cells here, 3.49, 3.49, 3.5. So these 4 cells here are below the nominal voltage, which is your lowest voltage. If you go below that threshold, then your charger, well, these chargers have many different characteristics that have to be supplied in order for the charger to work. Standard charge, 1 amp, 4.0 volts, at 0.05 volts. That's 500 millivolts. It's got a cutoff of 100 milliamp. See, I was saying 1.5. It's not 1.5, it's 1. Standard charge, Standard charge, milliamp, cutoff, rapid charge, 50 minutes. Standard charge, 180 minutes. Okay, see, it tells you all the different. Maximum continuous charge, 22 amps. Continuous, that's a 22 amp charge. Discharge cutoff voltage, 2.5 volt. Now the battery cuts off at that. Cell weight, height, operating temperature, charge 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. Recommend discharge 60 degrees Celsius. Recommended recharge minus 20 to okay, I'm gonna tell you something eventually there. Storage temperatures, okay? Storage temperatures. If you store a battery at the 90% charge between 25 degrees C and minus 30, it'll last 1.5 years. Remember I said shelf life? If you store it for 3 months at you can store it 3 months at minus 30 to 45 degrees C. 1 month minus 30 to 6 degrees C. So if you want the optimum, you keep it cooler than 25 degrees C. These batteries like a colder temperature. 10 amp discharge. That's about it. Yeah, it's more or less what I wanted to tell you was that these battery, well, specifically this Samsung battery, the 20R, likes temperatures below 25 degrees C. So you don't put that in a shed. Hang on. You don't put that in a shed where it gets to 40 degrees C in the summer, because you're ruining the battery. See, that battery is deteriorating with time. So that's one of the things about. Now this thing's still charging. I wonder. Oh yeah, okay. I had unplugged it. When you unplug it, it starts all over again. Yeah, it come to well on the when I had the last battery talk there. I think Steve Robb said that one of his buddies told him that the circuitry in this has a counter. That's not hard. There's chips, like I know a 555 and a 556 are a counter chip. So all they have to do is have one of those in here. It'll count, and when it gets to the specific day determined that after so many counts, then they won't charge no more. It's very easy to do for these guys. Well, hey, in the printers, I don't know if they're doing away with those or they still doing it, but in the printers, like I know, what kind do I have? Epson or Hewlett-Packard? I think I have printer, and the ink's not cheap, eh? And it's forever. It's not even. We don't even hardly use it, eh? But when you want it, well, we like it to work. But it's done. Hey, as soon as you turn it on, it'll go back and forth about 4 or 5 times. Well, every time it goes forward and back, it's counting, man. And but I hope that Milwaukee doesn't do that to us. I don't really know, but we'll, as we progress in the battery thing, we'll find more, and I'll tell you, and you guys, well, those of you that are interested, you keep tuned in, and we're going to find a cure, or we'll know why. The reason why. Well, I partially know why now. I know why there's a... What is that? It looks like an adjustable screw on the little board here. See, this still has 3 lights, eh? But 20R. See, it says right on here. Oops. See, it says right on here, 20R. So that's the type of battery that's in here, 20R. And this battery pack here, it had 15M. That's what these were, 15M. But this, the blue one there, we're not talking about that one anymore, because it'll never work again. But anyways, that's it for today. Just to tell you, you got to respect these batteries, and when you're charging them, don't plug them into the charger and keep them in your back pocket, because if something fails in the charger, you may have a good fire in your back pocket. And don't plug these in and have a bunch of paper around them and things like me. I charge my batteries on my workbench. My workbench is made out of steel, but now I'll be more careful about what I have around them, because something never go wrong. And don't try to bypass these. I think the nickel cadmium batteries, maybe they were alright to just give them a jerk to desulfate the cells. I don't know if I'm saying something there, but definitely these nickel, not nickel cadmium, these lithium-ion batteries, don't do that with them. You be gentle, be careful, and we'll progress. Well, I'm finding different stuff out, and as I'm finding it out, I'll keep you guys tuned in on what's the progress. So yeah, it's between Christmas and New Year right now, so I wish us all don't drink too much, stay off the roads if you do, and I wish that you still keep tuned in to Gator's little runarounds there. I know they're not as interesting sometimes as others, but hey, that's what it is, eh? The better ones are to come, eh? I salute you all. I will see you in the next one.